Welcome to District 4, the best place to be for information and news. I am your host, A-Love, here with my favorite resident expert, A-Rod.
You're welcome.
So, we're talking about gaming. It's one of my favorite subjects, and we're going to talk about...
The 5 games to look out for. So something that you guys should take interest in, or maybe do a little bit of research before they come out. They're typically, most of them are sequels to previous games, so you guys should know about them. I can explain a little bit about them, but games that you guys should keep your eye out for.
Which for us is pretty good because we're usually slamming the developers. Star Citizen, send them home. Okay. For those of you that don't get that joke, go watch the movies.
They need some freedom. Okay, so
number
to
one.
start it off, Hyperscape. It's already out. It's on season 2, whatever. You know how games these days, like Apex and Call of Duty, are doing seasons. It's on season 2. It's a free game, so if it wasn't free, it'd be a problem. But it's a free game, and so you pretty much, it's like a deathmatch game, like where you kill the other team, and whoever survives obviously wins. But it's kind of cool. Like, you find weapons, and then if you find similar weapons, you can kind of like mash them together to upgrade the weapon to a certain level. They have like abilities and stuff in it. They have cool maps. You can you burst up in the air and get on top of a roof and snipe somebody. And when you kill somebody, you can take their weapon and add it to yours to make your weapon stronger. So it's pretty cool,
I like that.
especially because it's a free game, so it doesn't cost you anything to try. It's early, so you have an opportunity to get involved into it before it takes off all crazy and stuff like that. Or you can get good at it and then kind of beat everybody new. But you kind of get an opportunity to jump on the train, before it gets going too far. So that's a good game to look out for.
Sounds good.
Now the other game is Dying Light 2.
What's that?
So it's a zombie game.
Oh,
I know you love zombie games. So
zombies.
essentially it was a game where the government pretty much put you on this island to kind of find a cure for the virus that was turning people into zombies, okay? They dropped off antizin, which is like a temporary antidote to keep you from turning into a zombie yourself if you're hit or something like that. At the end, I guess, spoiler alert, whatever, because the second one's coming out, so you might as well know what's going on. He finds out that they're actually using it to weaponize and seeing how they could control people using the virus, okay? You didn't find that out till the very, very end. And they leave the island, they try to convince you to give them, the file that you're looking for, because you go all the way to find the file from a scientist. And
This is really good. This is
it's and so they
end
it. The dudes on the helicopter, their government's on the helicopter, and say, "We'll be back." And you're like, "This isn't over," like Supercar. This isn't over. And then
this is acting debut.
Tuning. No, and then it cuts right there. So we already knew there was a second one coming out. It's a first-person zombie game. But the thing about it is you pretty much can't use guns because it attracts other zombies. But
Wait, so then how do you...
You have to use melee weapons, like bow and arrows, like wrenches, bats, and stuff that you find.
like along the way?
Yeah, like along the way. Or
that's-
you can you can pick up materials and craft your weapons, but obviously
But no guns.
you can, but the problem is, so the standard zombies kind of like walk around, like the Walking Dead, they kind of just like walk around. But the guns attract the faster ones, which are like superhuman zombies.
Okay, gotcha.
That run twice as fast as you do, that climb twice as fast as you. So yeah, you can shoot them, but you're gonna be fighting them all day because they're attracted to loud noises.
Nice.
So there's that, and so the second one, it's also, you can play with your friends throughout the entire story.
Okay.
So you can, if you're not so good at games, you can get some of your better friends to kind of assist you to play it. So it's a multiplayer game. And then after that, there's also an online mode to where you can do further stuff outside of the game. You get to customize your character and all the other stuff. So.
Oh, and a casual gamer alert. You can play it probably as a casual gamer and do equally, well, maybe not equally, but somewhat.
I will say though, for the hardcore gamers, if you put that game on hard, you're not beating it easily. I'm just gonna tell you, you're not gonna sweep through that game and just go on about your day. I just beat it. Yeah, go to work. No, it's gonna take you some time. So that's a good game to look into.
Nice.
Another game to look forward to is Far Cry. Far Cry 6. This is the 6th one. So essentially, it's almost like the same story every single time. You end up somewhere you're not supposed to be. I don't know how you get there. And there's always some like overhead boss that's trying to take over everything, and you're pretty much trying to stop him from doing that.
So it's like a mob kind of game?
It's not like a mob because you're literally by yourself. So you're kind of like this, I guess, like, I don't know. You're not an antagonist. I guess the protagonist in this point.
Okay.
And you're the one that's trying to like fight for your freedom or for everybody else. The last one, Far Cry 5, it was a religious cult.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they were like Christian people or religious people.
Why you gotta get on the Christian?
They were in
We
church.
don't know if they're
They were in
Christians.
churches, and they had like, I guess, superpowers and stuff because of a fruit that they found. Like I said, it's literally like a Walmart version of what the Bible
Really?
thing did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you ate like a super fruit, and you got like powers and stuff like that. And you were trying to stop this cult from, taking over everything. They had powers, one can control animals, the other one could do, this, that, and the third. So this one, it's supposed to be a little different. You're back on an island.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to go up against this, other entity force. I still have to finish doing a little bit more research on it, but it's pretty much the same. The good thing about it is you get to craft all your stuff. You get to,
Nice.
find legendary animals. This one's supposed to be multiplayer. But they've said that before, and so I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. But it's
That
supposed
sounds, and I really, as a,
Mhm.
and I normally go off on the developers, but whoever did that game, what's it called?
to Far Cry 6.
Whoever did Far Cry, even the fifth one
Mhm.
sounded good job. That came across really nicely, and even I'm interested in wanting to play that. And I didn't know what
They
it
had a
sounds
Far Cry Primal where you go in prehistoric times and you're trying to get your clan back together.
like. Okay, no.
No,
You stick to 5 and 6.
we're gonna stick to 5. I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Not that the game's probably not good, but because it's by the same people.
It was probably the hardest one they
Sounds
had
interesting.
because they had a difficulty where if you died, the game's over.
Oh.
Yep. So you couldn't
Yeah.
die once or the game's over. So you had to go through everything. But it's also the hard difficulty. Like the monsters are stronger and everything, and you can't die.
Oh.
So, yeah. Mhm.
Probably not for casual gamers.
But yeah, Far Cry 6 is always good.
Sounds like it's.
Then another one
What
you should
number
look
are
up
we
for. So right now we're on 4. So we did
Number 4.
Hyperscape, Dying Light 2, Far Cry 6. Now we're gonna do Resident Evil Village.
Love
So
Resident Evil.
it's back to the old school Resident Evil. So
Yay!
it's not like Biohazard where there's a little storyline with the little family. You try to figure out how they all got the way that they are.
Nice.
Not like that. It's old school zombies. I'm finna kill you type thing.
And a fun fact, it's the first game I learned how to game on.
First game you learned
In
again.
case you were interested.
So back to kill 'em up zombies. It's a new one. So they have like new monsters and new bosses
I
and
can't
stuff
wait
like
for
that.
that. I'm
Yeah,
glad to see it.
Resident
That's a
Evil.
good one.
Most part always a good game.
Yeah.
The third one and the fourth one.
A little questionable, but
A little
still,
shaky.
still
Don't
entertaining.
recommend it, but it's still cool. But yeah, it's back to old Resident Evil. It should be very interesting. I'm kind of interested in. I've only seen the trailer. They didn't release a whole bunch of gameplay. It doesn't come out till May. Far Cry doesn't come out till May, and nor does Dying Light. They all come out on the same date, actually May 6th, which is kind of weird. 3 scary games that come out all 6, but. They released the trailer. The gameplay looks decent. Obviously new graphics. There's gonna be weapons and stuff like that. So it's your basic Resident Evil game, just a newer version of it. So look forward to that. But the game that I'm interested in the most is called Hood. Okay, the name's a little ghetto.
What, like Boys Night?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
Trey and
There's a whole bunch of
William
black
Crenshaw
people
somewhere in Los
running
Angeles?
around stealing stuff. No.
and they're not black but darkly colored.
Yeah, brownish. Anyway, it's an assassin game, so you can play with your friends. You can go on a heist.
that sounds
And you can use your friends and tactics and different abilities and stuff to kind of finish this heist. There's a story mode to it. Don't know how intricate that's going to be. They didn't release much of information on the story, but
Would you say it's kind of like a San Andreas type game?
no.
No. Okay.
It's
so
it's
I'm
old, like it would be more like a medieval type assassin game.
Oh, okay. So
Like there's no guns and stuff. Like you have bows and arrows and you use knives and like hammers and stuff. You're not gonna use that in 2021.
Right.
So it's like an old school assassin game. But the cool thing is that it's multiplayer and you get to do heists with your friends. I
Nice.
think that's gonna make it the most interesting. And recently I've seen most people have an interest in assassin types game, considering Assassin's Creed is a very
I still love that game.
and it's obviously an assassin's game because it has assassin in the name. And also Hitman is also another assassin game that does very well. So those are a good portion of games to look into. That's about 5 right there. I don't have any bonus information on
I have bonus ones this time because they haven't all come out yet.
Yeah, they haven't all come out yet. So we gave you what you should know. Feel free to do research on those. Again, it's Hyperscape. That one's actually currently out, so you can play that one. Dying Light 2. I suggest you play the first one first, so you kind of know what's going on, even though I low-key ruined it. I would play the first one first. Far Cry 6. They don't link together, so you don't have to play like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to understand what's going on in 6. It'll be a different game because 1's different from 2, from 2, 3 from 4, from Primal, you know. So they're all different, so you don't have to play those. Resident Evil, they tend to have a link from previous Resident Evil. So you might not recognize some characters that like pop up out of nowhere. You're like, oh, who's this random guy? But he was in like the 4th one, but now he's back in the 7th one. I would look at, so you might want to at least look into that, but you don't have to. The game is still going to be good. And Hood has no previous anything. So you just going to, if you like killing people, not too creepily. I love getting people. Nah, but if you like Assassin's game, you should have a good time playing it.
So out of all 5 of those, you know, again, I have to speak with casual gamers, and some of them sound kind of complicated.
Okay.
Which one would you recommend that somebody that isn't as well versed in gaming, they don't game on a regular basis, should really, even if they're start on, if they were looking at those 5 games?
If you want the easiest one, Hyperscape, because it's a shooting game. Okay. Just shoot and kill people. And don't die. Shoot and don't get shot. I will always recommend a shooting game because it's easy. Shoot and don't get shot. That's very easy. The other games, there's a lot. Like, I mean, at Far Cry, you kind of have to like kill people, but there's like certain areas you can't even go in if you're not strong enough to go to because you're just gonna die. So if you want to die, go ahead. But you know, Resident Evil's kind of the same thing as Hyperscape, as a shoot and don't get shot game. But then there's certain parts where you have to do like puzzles and stuff like that. They always sneak that into Resident. Yeah, they always sneak it into Resident Evil. You know, Hood is an assassin game. I guess you can kill people and don't get killed, but there's also stealth and stuff like that. You can't just run in there. You're an assassin game. You can't just run in there and start killing everybody. So Dying Light especially, I think Dying Light would be the hardest one because it's the first player one, but you don't really get any guns. So you have to melee your way through a whole bunch of zombies. That you can't really fight, especially in the beginning. You're pretty much trash. So I would definitely suggest Hyperscape out of all of those.
So there you have it. One of my favorite shows always is to have you here and us to talk about these. We didn't murder the developers this time.
We're looking forward to these ones. Don't mess it up or you'll be on our next video. You'll be on the next video. Top 5 you shouldn't have looked forward to.
Anything you want to add?
Like, comment, and subscribe. I always throw that in there. And tune into the next video. We will find some more gaming information for you guys.
We continue our plea for Star City.
Until they're free.
Until they're free.
That's going to be the outro.
That is our outro.
To every video. Okay? Video. And do something about the Crucible.
And Fast and the Furious, whoever made Crossroads. Okay, no, that was the last video, but you know, these were the good ones. So thank you so much. We do look forward to seeing you. Join us next time.